Hello guys, this is Nick, and in this video I'm going to show you how I go about reamping guitars when it comes to post-hardcore / metalcore music. Okay, so hello people, this is Nick from Nick Mavromatis Productions, and today I will continue the series on how I mix post-hardcore / metalcore music. I really hope you are going to find this video informative and helpful. In the past 3 episodes I am covering how I am mixing drums, so you can check those too, there's everything in there. Okay, so let's start by showing you how I go when reamping the guitars. I'm using bias. I'm going to solo the 2 rhythm guitars. Well, I'm actually going to solo the bass and the lead guitars, and I'm going to bypass all the plugins I'm using, and I'm going to explain you what I did. Let's first hear the raw guitar tracks. Bass. The rhythm and the lead guitars. Okay, so the guitars are obviously edited. I'm not going to cover the editing stage. Let's see first on the bass what plugins I'm using. First there is a TH2. I'm using it just for the gate and expander, and I'm actually using only the gate. The ratio is set to the maximum, and the release is really fast, and the threshold of the gate is minus 50.5 dB. And after this there is this awesome distortion pedal for bass. It's called DCE BOD. It's completely free, you can find it on the internet. I have the version 2. Here are the settings. I'm not going to go through everything. And in the end I'm using the Revolver 4 with basic 100 amp and an IR from Ampeg, which is recorded from the PV engineers. Okay, so this is pretty much what I've done on the bass. There is really nothing else. Let's take a listen. Okay, let's go a little bit further. Okay, so as you can hear, I like the bass to be really gritty, really distorted. I don't know. This is just the way I like it. Okay, so now let's go to the most important part, the rhythm guitars. Okay, the first thing in the chain is the of course most well-known pedal ever, a Tube Screamer 808, but this is not the TSC version, this is the TSC version. It is by Mercurial. Here is how it's spelled, Mercurial, right here. And I really like this pedal much more than the TSC 808, the classic freeware pedal plugin. Let's take a listen to how it sounds like. As you can see, I'm not using any drive. Drive is on 0, tone, half, and level all the way up. And there is this knob here, which actually, if I set this to mod, it's a modification that Mercurial has done, and it's a version of the Tube Screamer that is a little bit cleaner than the original, but I'm using the 808, the normal setting. Okay, so let's hear it. Bypass. And bypass. Okay, so there is a really light distortion and a very little, a very subtle boost on the level as well. And then I'm using bias, as I said earlier. Okay, so on the preamp section, I'm using the Insane preamp. All tubes are set to 12AX7. This is a must if you are going for an extreme metal sound. The 12AX7 tubes are definitely a must. The tube stage is set to 5. The other settings are as you see them. I've also removed some of the lows on the preamp equalization section, as you can see. On the tone stack, I'm using the American 5153 with the following settings on the equalizer. On the power amp section, I'm using the EL34 tubes. This knob here is set to modern. The rest of the settings you can see. And on the transformer, I'm using the solid state type and not the tube rectifier. The solid state type is giving you a more dynamic sound, I would say. It has more attack, it's more definitive, I'd say. And on the rectifier tube type, I'm using the 5Y3GT, which is the rectifier used on the bigger amps. And on the end, on the transformer type, I'm using the American style. The cab is set to bypass, and I'm gonna show you now what I'm using for VIR impulse for my cabinet. And okay, so the name of the cab is Orange PPC.1. I really don't remember where I got these impulses. I've bought them really long ago. So I'm using this one and the PPC3, Orange PPC3. I'm blending those two together equally, and this is the result. Okay, so this is it about the guitar 1, and the rhythm guitar 2 is almost identical. The only difference is on the Preamp Section. Sorry, where at the power stage tube I'm using 6L6s instead of EL34s. This is the only difference, I think. And plus, at the end, I'm using different cabs. They're called divided 13.3 and divided 13.1. I again cannot remember where I got those, but they really are awesome. And I'm blending those two together, mostly leaning towards the 13.1. Okay, let's take a listen to the second guitar as well. Okay, now let's take a listen to an actual riff, because you have been hearing only breakdowns till now. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is it. On the lead guitars, I haven't done anything different than what I've done on the rhythm guitars. This is probably not the best way to go about lead guitars. They actually need a little bit different settings. I don't know, I might have boosted the distortion somewhere a little bit more. Or a little bit less, actually. I'm not sure, but yeah, the sound is pretty much the same as on the rhythm guitars. Okay, so this is pretty much it. On the next episode, I'm gonna show you how I go about when mixing the guitars inside the project with the drums, the synths and stuff. Take care. See you soon.